I wanted to talk about purpose. Um, I feel like when we think of purpose, we tend to think of a singular purpose of like, why am I here? The one reason, my calling to be here, the reason I incarnated into this realm, onto this planet, into this earth experience. What is my soul here to learn? What does my soul spirit feels called to? And I think all those things are true when we're thinking about like capital P purpose, like a really big overarching purpose for our lives. And I think that can also cause a lot of anxiety when you're trying to figure out your one purpose, because we don't have one purpose. We have very many purposes. Like I'm thinking about a tree, right? A tree's purpose, I guess we could say, looking from a human's perspective, is to offer us oxygen, right? Tree's purpose is also to eat the sunlight and convert it into, chlorophyll so that it can feed itself. It's also to create shelter for other creatures. It's to create shade for other creatures. It's to create height. There's so many purposes, and it's all dependent on what perspective you're looking at things from. And I know a friend of mine recently said, and it's been sticking with me a lot, of the path is in your feet, right? It's where you walk that the path is. It's not like you can't really stray off the path. I've become very clear on that. Like even when you think that you are way off base, or like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, when you get knocked off the path, for instance, knocked off the path, if the path is in your feet, that knock off, the sidestep, what would the word be? Not diversion, just the off route, the detour. The detour is part of the trip, part of the path, part of the purpose. Did you look around while you were there, or are you and I know I've been there, so pressed about the feet that I'm not looking around at the world, when that could have been the purpose? Maybe the purpose was for you to see a new pathway, for you to see a new place that you didn't even know existed, or see how this part leads to that part. Um, yeah, and the other thing I was thinking about is like when our purposes, when we also serve a purpose that is not always joyous. So like, for instance, I'm a big disruptor. I feel like I've carried a lot of baggage around coming into people's lives, or when I enter a relationship with folks, a lot of things get shaken up. There's like conflict, like either like deeper conflicts that come up, interpersonal conflicts that arise, or like a larger conversation about purpose. Like, what are we doing here? Or I don't like this. And I realize like a big part of my purpose is being a disruptor. It is being, I carry this mirror real close by because I think it's telling, to be a mirror for folks. And that's like a purpose I have sometimes too, that I don't always feel like I don't really enjoy. Or I guess recently, I've just recently resigned from a job, and that's been really hard because it's a job that I actually really enjoy, but the corporate structure is not for me. It's a for-profit mental health program, so it really just does not resonate with my spirit. And someone just told me today, like maybe it's not great because you won't get to experience changes, but sometimes it is your presence, your feedback, and then your departure that actually creates a lot of change for people. So yeah, it just got me thinking about our purposes and what we think. So, and when I'm thinking about this job, it's like I learned so much and grew as a person and gained so much confidence and learned a lot more. I have a lot more competency with mental health, with crisis de escalation, with supporting clients, with doing one on one work. That was like my biggest qualm. I was very nervous about showing up one on one with people. And that's like all I've been doing for the year, I mean, in addition to a lot of other things, tasks. And so I'm thinking so much about how much that has honed my purpose and like helped my purpose, but also I don't think about like the larger thing that I've also brought to my teammates, which is like, yes, we do this work, but care about yourself too. We need to make sure that we have not only cups that are intact, but stuff in the cups and things that fill our cup outside of this, also within it, so that we can continue to do that. And that's not something people were really talking about prior to. And so, yeah, just thinking a lot about like the ways that our purpose shows up, um, the very many ways that it manifests, the ways that we hold it. And if you can take anything from this video, just remember the path is in your feet. Just trust where you're walking to and pay attention. Um, I feel like the universe is always crying out to be understood. And like there's so many things to pick up on and receive. Um, And also, like, your purpose could just be to breathe, right? Because we have the lungs set up for that, just to see, just to smile at somebody. And I think again, when we get carried away with capital P purpose being the thing that gives our life its value, then we get really caught up, and I think it detracts from being able to see the smaller, lowercase p purposes that are also integral. Because again, a tree for us, we fuck with it for the oxygen, but other creatures fuck with it. I mean, yes, for the oxygen, but for other things too. Um, yeah, just wanted to share that.